everybody, welcome back to The Trend. My name is Ivana and today's trending topic is going to be ranking Coachella headliners. Naturally, I have not seen every Coachella performance, so this is not by any means an inclusive list of everything. It's just the ones that I've seen either for good or for bad reasons, and I thought it would be fun to tier list them. I'm going to try to go in order from newest to oldest. Obviously, again, not going all the way back because Coachella's got a long history there, but most recently, obviously, we have Gaga as the main headliner. Like, she did so good. There were obviously some other big ones, but for me, she was like the most important person there. I feel like Gaga's performance has to go in S tier no matter what. But like one of the best like Coachella set list performances and headlines I've ever seen. Just pivoted perfectly, even with her headset broken, changed the choreography to adjust it to use the microphone. It was phenomenal. I loved the costumes, the song choices, everything in her headlining performance was phenomenal. And I feel like I love when a singer actually like rises to the standard that everyone puts them at. You know, I feel like sometimes like there's certain artists that get put on a pedestal and then you watch a performance like, you know, like it's not as good as everyone is saying, but like Gaga's like literally the opposite. It's like everyone puts her on a pedestal for a reason. It's like, you know, Gaga's the best. She has to go in S tier. Grande performed this year. I feel like they also have to go in S tier just purely based on the fact that they brought awareness to the situation happening in Palestine right now on such a big stage. I feel like is just respectable and like they have to go in S tier. Going back to last year, 2024, Lana Del Rey headline, and I love Lana. Like, let me tell you, trust me, I am not here to hate on Lana as a person, as an artist, whatever. I love her music, but that being said, I was a little bit disappointed in her set for Coachella. I just feel like and a lot of people were saying this as well, so like this could be a reason why. I'm not sure why it was so lackluster, but like her energy and her artistic kind of like vision doesn't so well align with Coachella's theme, in my opinion. Like, I know everyone was like, no, like it's chill music, blah blah blah, but like to me that's not really like festival music. And then also like she had some issues as well, like with the mic and the sound. I know that there were issues that were like kind of out of her control, but I also feel like she just was not the strongest even vocally, because and it looked like she was even getting visibly like frustrated with herself for like not, I don't know, being on her A game. It just was not the best performance to like represent Lana, in my opinion. Like, she has way better performances, and it just sucks because it's like Coachella to a lot of people is like their introduction to a lot of artists. So it's like if you had never, you know, seen Lana perform before and that's your first time seeing her, you might think like, whatever. Which is like the exact opposite of like what a Coachella performance is supposed to do. Like, a Coachella performance is supposed to like bring you new fans, and like you're supposed to like, you know, kill it so hard that it's like such a good thing to like bring people into the fandom instead of kind of like almost like turning them away. I'm not saying that's what happened with Lana, but like I just feel like it was not, you know, her best work, but like I do love Lana. All that being said, I don't think it was the worst performance, so I don't think it deserves to go in D tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I feel like between B and C, it's kind of like right there, but just for this sake, I'm gonna put it in C tier. Tyler also performed last year. I absolutely loved his set. Contrary to Lana, I feel like his was so high energy. I loved like the actual set itself, and he looked like himself. Like, he was really into it, like enjoying himself, having fun, and like the songs that he picked I thought were really good choices for a festival as well. I don't think it's good enough to be an A tier for some reason. Like, I don't know, just like it was really good, but it's not like, wow, I'm gonna, you know, go back and like watch that Coachella set list because it was just that good. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like A and S tier, it's like kind of like that's more the vibe where you're like, wow, like that was a performance like I want to go rewatch, whereas like Tyler's wasn't really like that, but it was really good. Okay, Doja Cat. Ooh, Doja Cat had to have one of the best Coachella set performances. I loved the hair costumes. I know a lot of people were like, that's disgusting, that's ugly, whatever. I love that shit. I think Doja is one of those people that literally is like, she was born to be a star. She was born to be on a stage, like on a big stage like that. Like, it's just like her entire performance was like so engaging, not just because of like the songs and the set, whatever. It's just like her stage presence and her aura itself. Like, you don't want to look away. Like, it's like hard to look away from her because she's just so engaging with like the camera. She did great like choreography for the different songs and sets, and like it just overall was really good. I'm gonna put it in A tier because, again, like I was saying before, I've probably watched her Coachella performance like 3 times, which is like a lot for a Coachella performance. Like those are long. These are not quick little whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to actually go back and watch and rewatch a Coachella performance, I feel like that puts something in A tier. You know what I mean? Bad Bunny, I feel like to me is kind of on the same level as Tyler, the creator. Like, I loved how high energy he was. It also just looked like, this is like a weird thing like to consider when you're like ranking Coachella performances, but like it looked like the crowd was like having so much fun with it, and like I feel like that just increases like the overall vibe of the performance, like just in general, like comparatively when you look at like Lana's performance and it's like the crowd is, you know, because it's like more chill music, but when you have like that hype up music, it's like it just gets everybody going and it just like looks that much more like energized and like fun and like everyone's paying attention, whatever. It's also really nice to see cultures being platformed at Coachella instead of neglected, and I feel like that's kind of like only been a recent trend, is like including different genres of music like that. And like I love that like he had so many fans that like literally flew out to see him. Like just like it I feel like the cultural impact of it was just, you know, larger than himself, if that makes sense. I loved BLACKPINK's set. I was never a BLACKPINK fan. I've always like, you know, seen their music or like listened to their music, and I love Lisa in particular, but I was never like, ooh, like I love BLACKPINK, like I'm a Blink or like whatever. But that Coachella performance, like that was one of their only performances where I was like, wow, like that actually was like really good, and I see the hype around them, and like they're really good performers. I've seen some clips of them where I've never just been like that interested in them before, but like them at Coachella, I don't know what was in the air at Coachella, but they were on their A game. I loved the set, the costumes, the style, the feathers, like everything was just like so fun, and it was just so good. And I was like, again, like this is the point of Coachella, is to like bring fans, you know, into the fandom. I'm not saying like that made me a huge fan, but like still it did make me like think like, oh damn, like BLACKPINK really do got it like that, you know what I mean? Like I never really like felt that way about them before, but like I loved their Coachella performance. I probably watched it like a few times over too. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. Oh no, I think I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think it goes in A tier, to be honest. I was gonna do B tier, but like honestly I do think I enjoyed it like a little more than like Tyler and Bad Bunny, so I'm gonna put BLACKPINK in A tier. And that's the T. And actually the solos are going pretty hard right now too. Frank Ocean has to have one of the worst Coachella sets ever to go down in history, which is so sad because I love Frank Ocean. He was like one of my top 5 Spotify artists last year. But it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, he has his reasons for why the set went so shit, but it's disappointing nevertheless. Like, there's a lot of people that paid so much money to go see him, that invested all this, were so excited, and just for what? It has to go in D tier, despite me, you know, loving Frank Ocean. Like, there's just no way. Okay, going back to 2022, we have Harry. I love Harry. I feel like everyone's always known him to be a good performer, even when he was in One Direction. Like, he's always just been like a really great performer. I loved when he brought out Shania Twain, and it was like kind of like a tribute and like thanking her for the impact she has had on his relationship, like with him and his mother, and like, you know, memories and experiences and whatever that she kind of like was a catalyst for. I didn't think it was super creative. I think a fair place for it to go is in B tier alongside Bad Bunny and Tyler, the Creator. Oh my god, Teal. We have Billie Eilish. I feel like Billie Eilish is one of those people, like she's obviously very talented, she's obviously a great singer, you know, great at producing music, whatever, but her performances for me are kind of always underwhelming, and it doesn't really matter like what stage she's performing at. It doesn't feel like she brings a different level to each of them, if that makes sense. Like, to give an example, I feel like she performs the same way she would on tour as she would on Coachella as she would like a Grammy performance, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have like that much creativity in that sense of like bringing production and like whatever to her shows. So I feel like it's like C tier alongside Lana. Just also for the fact that like it wasn't memorable at all. Like when I was putting together this list of artists, because I was trying to refresh my memory on all of these performances, I honestly had to like go back and like look at Billie's performance because I just could not remember it. Whereas like a lot of these other ones, they like stick in your memory a little more. You're like, oh, I specifically remember like what it looked like. Whereas like Billie for me is like always kind of just like jumping around. You know, like she doesn't do like choreo, she doesn't do like whatever, which I know not all artists have to, but I don't know, I just think C tier is like a fair place to put Billie. Here I also want to put Swedish Mafia House down there. I just feel like, again, it was underwhelming and there was like too many like weird like difficulties and then them being late. Obviously we have to put Ariana in A tier, you know, A for Ariana. No, I'm just kidding. I do love Ariana Grande, and I think she did a really good job. You know, bringing out special guests, you know, it was tea, it was really good. But again, it was kind of just like she literally took her Sweetener tour and put it on Coachella, and like I get it, but it was like it was really good, but it was like slightly like, oh, I wish she like did something different. Like the production was there, it was still really good because her tour was really good, so naturally like it was gonna be really good. And like the little NSYNC dance she was doing, like it was cute, it was good, but I wouldn't say it was like S tier, like ooh, one of the best, you know? So I feel like A tier is a good place. The best Coachella performance of all time, you already know, is Beachella. Like Beachella, that shit, if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. I have probably seen that so many times, and I feel like that is a very good indicator that a performance was T, that it was S tier, that it was bomb. Like the fact that you're re-watching it over and over and over again, and it's just like the production, the quality, like the vocals were there, the choreography was there, the sets were there, the amount, just like the level of production, and like you can see the money that went into it. Like I think that's what makes a performance good, was when you're like, oh, this looks like they had budget, like this looks like they, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you see something and you're like, yeah, we were working, you know, within some constraints, but like that was like, no, she literally just like had a vision for it and executed it well. S tier. I forgot about Post Malone, Mr. Posty, but I don't know, the thing with Post is like I'm kind of half and half, because if you didn't know, he has been in his country bag lately, and at Coachella he kind of remixed his songs to be like, go from like hip hop to like country and like slow them down a bit. And I honestly can't tell like if I like that, or you know, the fact that like Coachella was the place to do, you know, to like mix it up or switch it up. But if he is trying to like pivot his brand, then like that's also something to consider. Like maybe he really is like, guys, I'm not in that rap game anymore, like this is the real me or something. So it's like I'm having a really hard time like deciding if I love or hate this. But I feel like for that reason, like we can smack him right in the middle at B. Throwing it all the way back, you know, our last little one is Drake's performance, which I don't know why I thought it would be funny to include him. Not the best of all time, not the worst of all time. Quite boring, no issues. He showed up, he did his thing, you know, he left. Regardless, D tier, because I hate boring performances. If you liked the video, please make sure you do subscribe, and if you disagreed with anything, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!